Hi everyone, this is Kim Goyette, your meditation mother, coming to you live from Austin, Texas. Well, there is a lot of weight in the world today, a lot of heaviness, and typically when we are feeling overwhelmed and stressed with a lot of emotions, we hold emotions in our hips. So I thought today's practice would be all about opening up the hips. So let's get started.
Yoga for everybody with Meditation Mutha.
So we're going to begin on hands and knees. You can plant your hands down, spread your fingertips out nice and wide. Hands are underneath the shoulders and hips are above the knees. We're going to start to warm up the hips just a little bit. So we'll shift our weight over to the right, sit back towards the right heel, shift our weight over to the left, and then come back through hands and knees. We're going to do that in a circle, just warming up the hips. Good. Just let your elbows and neck be very mobile. Sitting back towards the right heel, shifting to the left, coming back to center. And you can even connect the rhythm of your breath with the movement. So exhaling as we sit back, inhaling to hands and knees, and we'll take that around just a few more times. One last time to the right. And come back to hands and knees. Let's shift our weight over to the left this time. Sit back towards the left heel and take it around. Connecting, exhaling as we sit back. Inhaling to hands and knees. And you might start to feel a little bit of warmth in the hip joint. That's synovial fluid being released there. So really important to lubricate the joints. And this is a great way to do it, some repetitive motion. And we'll take it one more time around. Good, and come back to hands and knees. We're gonna sweep the right foot all the way through in between our hands. So if it doesn't get there right away, you can just kind of scoot it on up. And we're gonna start to shift our weight forward to open up that hip flexor. So if you're feeling a little bit tight there, if you sit during the day a lot, walk, run, really anything, the hip flexors can be very tight. So let's bring both hands to the inside part of the right foot and then start to shift your weight forward. So if your knee is coming in front of your toes, you can move that foot forward a little bit to give yourself some space and then just sink into that hip. So releasing any gripping in the left hip. Take a few breaths here. Just allow this to happen. You can relax your head down, relax your neck, and take a few breaths here. Good. Allow the right foot to come forward a little bit, and we're going to rock the toes up in front, shift our weight back into a hamstring stretch, relaxing the back of the neck, folding forward over the front leg. Feel like your right heel is pulling back and you might feel a nice opening in the back of the right leg. Take a couple of breaths here. And then we'll shift our weight forward, plant the hands, and then come back to hands and knees. Let's try the opposite side. So now we're going to bring the left foot forward. You can scoot it on up, however you get it there. And then shift your weight forward, both hands to the inside of that left foot, and shift the weight forward. If you feel like you need a little bit more space, you can put a block under your hands, a blanket, a pillow, whatever it is that you need to raise yourself up. And we're just releasing any tension in the right hip flexor this time. Relax the back of the neck, really coming forward with that. Soften the elbows a little bit. And take a few breaths into that space. And when you're ready, scoot the front foot forward, and we're gonna rock the toes up, getting into the hamstring, round and over that front leg. Feel like your left heel is pulling back to lengthen that muscle. Good, one more deep breath here. Bend the front knee, and then sweep that leg all the way back to hands and knees. We're gonna push back to down dog. So curl the toes, lift the hips up towards the sky, and drop the heels towards the mat. Push down and forward with your hands. Lift your hips up towards the sky. Right leg sweeps back behind, and we're gonna take the knee to the right hand and plant it down. So nice and wide, that right knee comes towards the right hand. And we're gonna wiggle that back foot back, point the back toes, walk our fists towards our body to open up that hip flexor again. So roll the shoulders back, use a block or a blanket underneath your hands if you need it. And take a deep breath here, filling up the heart. And then on an exhale, maybe sinking a little bit more deeply to open up that hip flexor. Good, a few more breaths like that. And then walk the hands forward. We're gonna come down onto elbows if that's attainable for you, or you can keep your arms straight. If you want, you can bend the elbows, relax your head in your hands, or stack the fists, or come all the way down. And we're gonna get into pigeon pose, opening up the outer right hip this time. Notice your low belly. See if you can soften into that space. Direct your breath to your outer right hip, and on an inhale, expand the muscle. On an exhale, maybe the chest softens a little bit more towards the earth. Let's do it again. Inhale, expand. Exhale, soften. Good. Slowly make your way back up. Plant both hands, curl the back toes. We're going to sweep the front leg all the way through to a three-legged dog, and then plant the foot. Let's try the other side. So push down and forward with the hands. Lift the left leg up, tuck the knees, and plant the knee to the outer edge of your left hand. Wiggle that back foot back and point the toe, and then walk the fists up, opening up the hip flexor. Stay here for just a moment. Inhale here. And we're going to start to fold forward over that front leg. You can come down to elbows, fists, hands, wherever you are today. One side might feel very different than the other, so just noticing and propping yourself wherever you need to be today. Let your body sink into this space. Take a deep breath here. Exhale, soften the chest. Inhale, expand. Exhale, soften. Good. One more breath here, directing the breath to the glute. And exhale. Let's slowly make our way all the way up. Curl the toes, sweep back to a three-legged dog, and then plant the foot. Push down and forward with the hands, lift the hips up towards the sky. And then inhale, right leg sweeps back behind. We're going to take it all the way through to a lunge. So if it doesn't get up there, you can just grab onto the foot and sweep it up. From here, let's drop the back knee down, rise up onto the front leg. Good. Cushion your knee if you need to. We're going to move that front foot forward and then inhale forward here. Good. Let that hip sink into the space. And then we'll take our right hand to the inner part of our right knee, lift your left hand up towards the sky, and then we'll take it over to the right. So now we're getting into the psoas. We create a little bit more space for that hip flexor, and we can move forward into that space. Take a deep breath here. Exhale. Release the hands all the way down. Lift the back knee. We're going to step that back foot forward a little bit. Keep your heel up. Bring your hands to your hips. Rise all the way up. Good. Bend that back knee. So our knee is bent. We're going to start to take that back hip and move it forward. The forward hip moves back. And then straighten that back leg. So notice my hamstrings lifted. My knee is bent in front. So we're opening up that hip flexor. We're going to do this again. Bring the right hand to the inner part of the thigh, lift your left hand up and take it all the way over to the side. Open up the psoas. Maybe shine your heart up towards the sky, the armpit up towards the sky a little bit. And take a deep breath here. Exhale, release all the way down. Step the front foot back into down dog. Push down and forward with the hands, drop the heels. This time, left leg sweeps back behind and sweep it all the way through to a lunge. If it doesn't get there, just grab onto the calf. Moving on up, we're gonna drop the right knee down this time and come up high onto the knee. Good, move your front foot forward and then shift your weight forward into that hip flexor. Good, we're starting to warm things up a little bit here. Take your left hand to the inner part of your left knee, raise your right hand up and over to the side. Get the psoas involved, the whole side body. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release all the way down. Plant the hands, lift your back knee, scoot that foot up just a little bit. Bring your hands to your hips, rise all the way up. Good, drop into that back leg and then bend the knee. Take your right hip, move it forward, left hip back, and then straighten that leg, come forward in that front leg. Left hand to inner part of left knee and then rising up with the right hand and take it over to the side. Ooh, this feels good. Shine your heart up towards the sky. The armpit rotates up towards the sky. And take a nice inhale here. Exhale, release all the way down. Front foot steps back into plank. Stay here for just a moment. I'm not plank down dog, sorry. And then we're gonna move into plank right here. From here, you can take it down to the knees and slowly lower all the way down onto the belly. Stack your hands one on top of the other. So from here, you may need a strap or a towel to wrap around your ankle to give yourself a little bit more space. We're gonna work into opening the quads and the hip flexors a little bit more. Sweep that left hand back behind. The right hand can stay underneath your forehead. Curl the right toes and foot up. So bend, I'm sorry, not the right. Left toes, left foot, left hand, all reaching back. And then we're going to connect the left hand to the left ankle. Bring your thighs towards each other. Lengthen that knee back a little bit and then press that left hip into the mat. You might feel a nice opening in the quadricep, maybe getting into the hip flexor again. And again, always being able to use a towel or a strap around your ankle to give your arm a little bit more length. One more deep breath here. And release all the way down. Let's try the other side. So left hand under the forehead, reach the right hand back, curl the right toes up and bend the knee. Reach back behind, grab the ankle, use your strap or towel if you need to. Press your hip into the mat, opening up the whole front of the leg. And release. Let's push up to hands and knees. We're gonna cross the ankles and come to seated. I'm gonna face forward. You can stay right where you are. So we'll work on the inner thigh now. So let's bring the feet together in a diamond shape. And we have the knees relaxed out. If you need a block or a blanket underneath each knee to support, you can do that. We're gonna sit up nice and tall. Use the resistance of your shins. Lift your low belly in and up and start to round and fold forward over your leg. You might feel a nice opening in the inner thigh. Just let your body and face soften forward. Good, one more inhale here. Exhale, and then inhale, come all the way up. We're gonna take the right ankle and tuck it in a little closer. The left ankle is out in front. Sit up nice and tall. This time we're gonna open up the outer hip or the IT band. Flex both feet and then sit up nice and tall. Start to fold forward and you might feel some sensation in the outer left hip. Relax your forehead. If you need more sensation, move the front foot forward a little bit more. And take a deep breath here. Exhale, soften the chest towards the earth. Good, do it again. Inhale. Exhale, soften. Inhale, walk your hands all the way up. And we'll switch sides. This time we'll have the right foot in front, left foot tucks in, sit up nice and tall, and then start to fold forward over that front leg. And one side might feel very different than the other. Just noticing. And take a deep breath here. Exhale. One more deep breath in. And exhale. Slowly make your way all the way up. And we'll bring the legs together. I'm going to turn sideways again. You can grab onto the backs of the thighs, slowly lower all the way down. Relax the back of the head, arms come along your side, and feet come out to the corners of the mat. And we're going to stay here for just a few breaths, just letting all that effort we did, just letting it go, surrendering more towards the earth. Noticing any residual tension within the body, maybe directing the breath into that space. And a nice wide mouth exhale with sound. Release and let it go. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale. Last one. We'll hug the knees into the chest, rock from side to side, give your low back a little massage, and then roll over to one side, make your way all the way up to seated. And we're gonna finish with just a little bit of breath work to really tune into our body, noticing how we're feeling today. So you can gently close the eyes, relax the hands on your knees or in your lap. We're just going to take a moment to scan the body and notice where there may be some residual tension. Start to lengthen the inhale and the exhale. So inhaling through the nose, direct your breath into any congestion. Exhale out the mouth, release. Let's do that a few more times. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Good. Letting go of any residual emotions or tension. We'll bring the hands to heart center. Bow the mind to the heart and just take a moment to honor yourself for showing up today and being present, for tuning in to what you need in self-care. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I'm Kim Goyette, your meditation mother. If you like this video and you want to be the first to receive weekly videos, please subscribe to my YouTube channel at Yoga with Meditation Mutha. And if you want to learn about national and international retreats all around the world that I'm hosting for 2022, please log on to Meditation Mutha, that's MUTHA.com, and check it out. Thanks so much. See you next time.